Hello everyone. Today we will talk about how dirty a cell phone is. Let's admit it, a cell phone is our friend, a philosopher, guide, and so much more. We live with it every day, but how many times do we clean it and how dirty it is really? According to a number of shocking sounding studies, a cell phone is 10 times dirtier than public toilet. The average smartphone carries 11,020 germs per square inch. 1 in 6 randomly selected phones have fecal matter on it. Bacteria such as E. coli as well as influenza are usually found on the cell phone. They cause rashes and skin infections. We might keep the phone in bed, on desk, or in pockets, but chances are it spends an increasingly large portion of the day in one very dirty place. Our hand, much of the disease-causing bacteria are transferred from person to person through touch.
Do you know how our phones get dirty? In fact, there are a lot of factors that make our phone dirty. Example, when we use them in restrooms. We know there are a lot of germs, especially in public toilets. We are likely to pass on germs from other people who touched that surface before you. We can wash our hands, but our phone cannot be washed. Your sweat. When we talk on our phone for a long time, we tend to sweat and deposit germs on our phone's screens. When other people use our phone may be our prized possession, but it is quite rare that no one else except you touches it. You may often pass it on to others to take pictures or make a call or show something. They can pass on them from their hands on our phone's screen. According to a research, 82% of hands have bacteria on them.
You know, most people do not give a second thought to using their cell phones everywhere, from their morning commute to the dinner table to the doctor's office. But do you know that if we use cell phone in the toilet, market, or other public places, there is a high chance that your device is highly contaminated. We can even find a lot of bacteria on them, including E. coli, bacteria found in feces, or influenza and so on. The more germs they collect, the more germs you touch. All of these microbes lead to infection. E. coli can cause diarrhea, abdominal cramps, while influenza virus can cause the flu and attack your respiratory system. One more thing you should know is perspiring while talking on the phone closes skin pores, which can lead to acne problems and blackheads. We don't want to get them, right? Since the screen is always warm, bacteria thrive and transfer not just to our fingers, but also the face, including the eyes, ears, nose, and lips. All of these double chances of getting infected is not good for your health, for sure. So, disinfecting your cell phone is always the good idea to prevent the spread of germs to yourself and others.
So how to clean your phones? Of course, we don't clean them like we wash our hands. But fortunately, there is more than just one way to get the job done. We can use tissue to wipe the surface, but it won't entirely get rid of germs, even a wet one. I prefer to use alcohol wipes. These can help germs away, but are not served for your phones, and using too much can damage the coating on the screen. Let a cotton swab absorb judicious amount of alcohol, and do not ever think about saturating it, as it can potentially damage your device. To make sure this doesn't happen, squeeze off swab before you get started. Wipe softly and make sure you cover every single square millimeter of your phone.